Welcome to Taiwan Headlines, news that matters to Taiwan's future. I'm Donovan Smith. A Taiwanese public opinion foundation poll has turned up some interesting results. President Tsai Ing-wen's approval rating has shot up over 7 points to 58.4%, the highest since last August. Her disapproval also plunged over 10 points to 27.1%. Premier Su Zhenchang's popular support and dissatisfaction rates were 54.4% and 31.1%. In terms of party support, the DPP held basically steady at 43.1%, while the KMT continued its nearly 2-year slide, hitting 19%. This is in spite of 63.4% saying they are dissatisfied with the government's policy of allowing imports of pork containing traces of ractopamine from the United States, with only 27.6% satisfied with the policy. Asked if they would support overturning the policy in the referendum on August 28th, 62.3% of respondents said yes, while 30.8% said no. According to the poll, 62.4% said they would likely vote in the referendum over the matter. Similarly, according to the poll, 53.8% of respondents said they would like to see the algal reef referendum pass, while 24.9% said they would not. In short, the KMT has hit on some issues that are popular, but it has failed to generate support for the party. This suggests that on the issues that matter significantly to voters, the DPP still holds the cards, and these issues aren't powerful enough to move the needle in terms of support. Broadcasting Corp of China chair and self-declared 2024 presidential candidate Zhao Shaokang is making some unusual moves. Zhao previously had expressed interest in running for KMT chair this July, but faced two problems. He wasn't on a major party committee, and he hasn't been a member for a full year. The KMT moved to solve the first problem by choosing him to the Central Advisory Committee, but prior to the formal letters of acceptance being sent out, he told them not to bother since he can't run for chair anyway. Now, this is interesting because that suggests that he expects that the party wouldn't give him an exemption like they did for Terry Go to run in the party's presidential primary in 2019. Either that, or he plans to put his support behind another candidate. And if so, the most likely candidate would be former presidential candidate Han Kuo-yu, who himself has been unusually active on Instagram and in the media recently. Whether Han will run is a matter of speculation in the media, in the local media recently, and quite a big one. His recent actions suggest that at very least he is sounding it out as a possibility. Meanwhile, Zhao Shaokang said that, quote, very few members of the KMT's Central Standing Committee are backed by popular support. It is unknown what contributions a majority of them have made to the party or to the nation, he added. Quote, every party chair since Zheng Jingguo is responsible for the KMT Central Standing Committee sinking to the low where it finds itself today, Zhao told reporters. He also suggested structural reforms, including that committee seats should be filled by nominees from KMT-governed cities and counties. He said these proposals would fill the committee with members who reflect public opinion, as those positions have the most direct contact with the public. Unlike the advisory committee he was nominated to, the SCS is the party's top body. Two F-5E fighter jets collided in midair off of eastern Pingdong County during a training mission. One pilot survived, and the other tragically didn't. The F-5 fighters are now used for training, are quite old, and have been plagued with problems. Indigenously developed fighters are on their way to replace them and have completed multiple stages of testing, but it will still be some time before they are finished testing and enough are produced and deployed to replace the F-5s. In business news, industrial production last month rose at an unexpected 2.96% year on year, as stronger demand for chips and LCD panels boosted manufacturing production. Similarly, export orders received by Taiwan-based companies grew for the 12th consecutive month in February, hitting a historical high for the month. The figure is the best February performance in the nation's history. However, the nation's unemployment rate last month climbed to 3.7%, ending 6 straight months of decline as more people changed jobs. The unemployment rate rose 0.2 percentage points from 1 month earlier, but fell at the same pace after seasonal adjustments. In other words, it is basically stable. Meanwhile, the Yuanta Polaris Research Institute raised its forecast for GDP growth this year from 3.1% to 4.4% on the back of strong exports. All right, that's it for our program today. Please be sure to hit like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And of course, we'd be very appreciative if you would join us as a patron on patreon.com. On there, it's /Taiwan Report, and your support really does matter in keeping this project going. And I'd like to make a big announcement. The View from Taichung is back, and it's on report.tw. Yes, the legendary blog by Michael Turton is back. So be sure to check it out on our website, report.tw.
This has been brought to you by the Taiwan Report. For more content like this, become our patron at report.tw.
哎呦，就是那个台湾狗啦，最喜欢我的台湾狗了。